Right, thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to see so many familiar faces here today. But for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to put up my hands right now and say something that's going to scare the hell out of you. Trust me, I'm a politician. Okay? My name's Shaughan Dolan. I'm a Regional Campaigns Manager for the Liberal Democrats for the West Berkshire region. But I'm not here to talk to you tonight about politics. I'm here to talk to you about education and how I think we in the United Kingdom are a little bit old-fashioned about the skills that we teach our children. And I'm going to suggest some ways in which we change that. So, there we go. So what's the problem at the moment? Now, the problem at the moment is not that people can read, add, and write. Okay, the problem at the moment is our relentless focus on these three skills. UK Education Secretary Michael Gove said he wanted to redouble his efforts to focus on the 3 Rs. Now, I've got no problem with the 3 Rs. They are an essential part of teaching people. But what worries me about the 3 Rs is that they produce a certain type of person. This kind of person. And while I think it's great that we have people who make things, we need another type of person, the kind of person who makes things happen. Now, this is Sir James Dyson, and believe it or not, despite all of you probably buying his Hoovers, he is absolutely rubbish at making things. He had 5,127 failed prototypes, but when he focused on building his business and marketing his Hoovers, he became a massive success. So what I want to do is basically re-emphasize our education system so that we not only educate people to make things, but also to make things happen. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience in the workplace because, believe it or not, it wasn't that long ago that I graduated. Now, this is the team that I work with in West Berkshire. This is Bob. He's ex-police, he's ex-military. He's a bit of a serious type. There's also Phoenix there. He works in a garden centre. He's a bit of a free spirit. And this is Molly. She's 82. She's retired. She worked in local government. She's a little bit of a bureaucrat. And that's me. That's a picture from my last holiday in Palestine. And I'm the campaigns manager. And they are 4 of over 100 activists in West Berkshire. Now, they have different skills. And believe it or not, sometimes they disagree about how we might do things. Now, part of my job is to make sure that we don't end up like this, a mosh pit, basically where everyone flails against each other, rubs up against each other, and damages each other. Now, my job really is actually to turn them into a choir. Now, the problem with the education system is that despite me reading to them and doing some arithmetic to them and occasionally writing to them, it didn't turn them from the mosh pit into the choir. So how do we do this? So what's the solution? Rather than the 3 Rs, I want to teach us about the 3 Es. I want to talk about effective communication. Now, I didn't learn how to effectively communicate in school. I never did this sort of thing in school, being asked to make speeches, being able to come up with ideas and communicate effectively. I also think it's about emotional intelligence. These people have different desires, different dreams, and different motivations for doing what they do. Now, I think we really need to work on educating people emotionally to work with different types of people in order to engage them and also to inspire them. And it's also about amazing energy. I think too much is about the 3 Rs, regurgitation, 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 and it's not about having the energy to adapt under pressure to come up with new ideas. Now, where did I learn these things? Well, we had someone who went to Athens earlier. This is Cicero, and basically, these ideas aren't mine. They're basically Cicero's ideas, but a reinterpretation of them. He said that effective rhetoric is to do with pathos, logos, and ethos, which is basically effective communication, emotional intelligence, and amazing energy. And I also learned it through a debating society. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've cut my teeth in Central London Debating Society, which is a great way to learn how to learn these skills and effect them. But these are not things that I picked up in school. So, what are the next steps? I think we need less of the 3 Rs, more of the 3 Es, and I think more of the 3 E's, 3 Es. And I think that we should look at making a debate a core part of the curriculum, something we teach people in schools. And someone who can't debate, someone who can't stand up for their beliefs in, I don't think deserves to graduate from secondary school. So, and then we'll actually motivate people to not only educate people who make things, but we'll also educate them to be the type of people who make things happen. Thank you very much.